Hey everyone, Compass Rose here, and today I have a 3-for-1 special for you. For today's lineup, we have Spy Streak, Night Cruise, and Fireflight. While Spy Streak came first, being released in 2001 to coincide with Beast Machines, I will be kicking things off with Night Cruise of the Robots in Disguise toy line. Night Cruise was actually one of, if not the first Transformer I've ever owned as far as my memory serves. She was exclusive to a 3-pack with Mirage GT and Scavenger. But as they say in the business, fuck that noise! Starting with her alt mode, Night Cruise is a beautiful Cybertronic jet. The black base and light gray complement each other, with the powder blue accents on the wings, nose, and around her spark crystal adding just a bit more character to her. My only complaint color-wise is the rather obnoxious neon yellow that is used for the cockpit. It just blares out compared to the more subdued gray, jet black, and pastel blue. She comes equipped with what I assume is a rocket launcher. You can fire these by pushing her spark crystal forward, which also opens up her nose cone to reveal her claw gimmick. I'm not a big fan of this, as it breaks immersion a little bit for me. The clear yellow plastic for the joints does not do her any favors. On a side note, I don't know if this is a me problem, but the hinge joint on the left fin is rather loose. As we move to the bottom, we get some more detail at the missile pod. Unfortunately, that is the only part of the carriage that is detailed. Certainly not enough to distract from the kibble. While under the vehicle kibble is a fact of life from what I've heard, it is really jarring to see her drumstick thighs when viewing the jet from behind. This is true for the others, and Night Cruise is not the worst offender, but we'll get to that in a minute. For her transformation, it's very simple. Untab her leg, swivel it down, push the foot out, fold the fin back, same for the other leg. Untab her rocket launcher from the bottom of the nose cone, swivel it to the side, reverse is true for the nose cone. Rotate her arms down, give her a boob lift to pop her head out, and we have our robot mode. This is where her otherwise sleek alt mode details become unwieldy kibble. I know, this is a very small toy, but for cavemen like me, it's annoying to pose this figure, much less stand her up straight. Her articulation is pretty fun, with a ball joint, swivel, swivel, ball joint, hinge joint, and violating her rights reveals a strangely phallic codpiece. Maybe Hasbro was ahead of their time. Overall, the robot mode has a decent design, the clear plastic offering some light piping for her eyes, but it looks very bland for her chest piece, which brings me to 2003's Fireflight. This figure is a palette swap of Night Cruise, but with just a few small details that make him stand out. While light piping is the same, there is this black accent on his chest plate that brings just enough character to the clear red plastic to make it work. My only real complaint unique to this figure is the absolute hell his joints give me when transforming to and from alt mode. It's only Fireflight that gives me this issue, so that may just be me being a caveman. His alt mode paint job is simple and clean. I'm a sucker for white and red, and the way the silver lays in front of the red waves brings the image of atmospheric re-entry into my mind. The Autobot logo on his spark crystal is a nice touch, but they could have done a little better than sticking it on top. His thigh kibble is less apparent due to the relatively subdued grayish blue as opposed to the light gray of Night Cruise, but nothing can compare to the god-awful red of Spy Streak! This Beast Machine may share a mold with the other two, but he is ugly as sin. The red is not too bad on its own, and I do like the weathered rust look that the paint gives this figure. But the olive green hue on a dark gray makes him look less like a Decepticon and more like Megatron's shit after an Energon burrito. It's a damn shame too. His spark crystal has the coolest execution of the three. The Viacon logo being molded inside the clear plastic gives it a sinister radioactive look. His robot mode is basically Night Cruise, but so much more underwhelming due to the color scheme. I only bought him to complete the trio. Seriously, just kill this ugly slag. Now for my final verdict. For their size, these figures are pretty competent, and a kid may be able to look past their flaws. That being said, Fireflight is my favorite of the trio, Night Cruise is fine, nostalgia goggles aside, but Spy Streak can burn in hell. Thank you for watching my first Transformers toy review. I hope you had as much fun watching it as I did making it. If you enjoyed this video, and would like me to make a series out of this, please hit the like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all shortly.